Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another Monday morning, and welcome to another assembly all about our value for this week, for this month, which is friendship. Have a think back to last week. I hope that you were a good friend. I hope that you enjoyed having good friends around you. I wonder if you can think back to a time when you had fun with your friends. Some games you were playing on the playground. Maybe after school you went to a trampoline park or to a friend's house or to the dinosaur park. Having good times with our friends is really important and a really good sign of friendship. So I hope that you enjoyed that last week at some point. I hope that also that you were a good friend to someone at some point. But friendship isn't just about when times are good. Friendship is also about when times are not so good. And I wonder if you can think back to lockdown. I wonder if there were times during lockdown where maybe you needed something, maybe you were sad, maybe things just weren't going quite well enough, maybe you'd run out of something, and a friend came to your doorstep and left something for you. Or a friend called you over Zoom and cheered you up. Or a friend gave you exactly what you needed. That is a really good sign of friendship. When something isn't quite right, when something is not going as well as you want it to, that's when we really, really need our friends. There's a song that is very, very old, so you won't know it. Your mum and dad probably wouldn't know it either. But I've got the words here, and it goes like this. It says, when you're down and troubled, and you need a helping hand, and nothing is going right, close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you've got to do is call, and I'll be there. You've got a friend. Now, in that situation, have a look at the start when you're down and troubled and you need a helping hand. That's exactly what we've been talking about, isn't it? But during lockdown, there were many people who were troubled. They needed a helping hand. They felt like nothing was going right, and a friend was there to brighten up their darkest night. And it says, and I'll be there, you've got a friend. Now, this week, I'm asking whether all of you can be a friend, but a friend to someone you don't know. That's a bit strange, isn't it? A friend to someone you don't know. How weird is that? Why would you want to do that? Well, do you know that there are people right now in Milton Keynes who can look and think they are down and they're troubled and they need a helping hand and they think that nothing is going right. And those people are people who, through whatever circumstance, haven't even got enough food to last for the next 2 or 3 days. And some of them have families as well. So children will be coming to school having not had breakfast because there's nothing in the cupboard. And they'll be going home again and will have very, very little dinner because, again, there's nothing in the cupboard. Those people really need a friend. And we're asking you this year, can you be their friend? This year we are collecting for MK Food Bank. You might have seen this symbol on the side of a van or around the city. And these are places where we can give food to people who really, really need us as their friend. Someone who hasn't got any food in the cupboard. Now, I'm sure that there's food that you don't like, and sometimes you go home and go, oh, there's nothing to eat. There's nothing I like. But actually, I bet if I opened your fridge or if I opened your cupboard, there would be food in there. But for some people, there literally is nothing. So this year for our harvest, we're asking you this week, can you bring in 1, 2, 3 food items to be a friend to someone who really, really needs you? We've been working with the food bank and they've said that these are the things that they really need. So they really need tin pasta, not dry pasta, things like spaghetti or spaghetti hoops, macaroni, ravioli, that type of thing. They need tins of custard and rice pudding. And they need tins of meat, so things like corned beef or spam, chili con carne, hot dogs, that type of thing. They need tin fruit. All those things are in tins. And that's because that means they can last. And they can keep them in their storehouse until a time when people really, really need a friend to give them some food for dinner for their family that evening. If we gave them fresh foods like cauliflower or some carrots, after 2 or 3 days, they wouldn't be any good. So the tinned things are really, really important. They need biscuits as well because, let's face it, everyone needs a treat from time to time, don't they? And finally, long life juice or squash, stuff that's in cartons rather than in bottles. Now, I'm wondering, and your parents had this in a letter on Friday, could you bring in one of those things to help be a friend? It doesn't need to be expensive. You don't need to spend a lot of money on it, because I know that there's a lot of families in our school who don't have tons of money. But can you please see whether there's something in your cupboard, or if you go shopping with whoever looks after you this week, see whether you can buy one of these things and bring them into school. Every day on the gate, whoever the staff member is out the front will have a big box, and they'll be really, really happy for you to bring your donation in, put it in the box, and then we'll keep it safe over the weekend. And then on Monday, the MK Food Bank people will be coming in their van, taking it to their centre, and then it will be ready to hand out to people who really, really need food. So can you do that this week for me? Can you see whether you can bring in one of those things, and that will show our value of friendship to people who don't even know us? And I think that will be a really powerful way of showing the people of Milton Keynes just how amazing the children of Broughton Fields are. Thank you so much for doing that, and I hope you have a good week.